guys, welcome back, and today we will be talking about the Chinese Civil War. But first, we need some background. You see, China in the late 19th century was not so great as it once was, because it was once the most powerful nation on the planet, and now European colonists started carving out spheres of influence within Chinese borders, and had also suffered many humiliations, such as the Opium War and the Sino-Japanese War. These humiliations caused many to reject the Chinese aristocracy in favor of their own political parties. We start all the way back in 1911 with the Qing dynasty. Enter Sun Yat-sen, a well-educated man who had a long history of revolts, which eventually got him exiled, but this wouldn't stop him from starting yet another uprising. While the Wu-Chang uprising wasn't very special, it did have the support of the army, meaning that they had guns. So of course, they were very successful and had put the imperial family into a bit of a pickle. While both claimed to have real power, you need an army. That was something that neither Sun Yat-sen or 4-year-old Pu Yi had. But you know who does have an army? Yuan Shikai. Hey, wait a minute. I can just ask Yuan Shikai for his army, and in return, I can give him my presidency. So now that China has been finally united under one flag, we can finally get China to modernize and kick out the Europeans. Sir, he ruined everything. What do you mean he ruined everything? Hey guys, I'm just back from exile. What on earth just happened? All this regionalism and chaos caused many to call for a better and stronger China. This effect was amplified by the very controversial Treaty of Versailles, where German colonies in China were given to the Japanese instead of China. Kuomintang tried to fix this by starting a self-proclaimed military government in 1921 to fight off the encroaching Japanese, which later inspired others, and the CCP soon followed. An alliance was made between the two, specifically the CCP and Kuomintang, but it wouldn't last long. It's because the new Kuomintang leader didn't really like the communist-led CCP. The first thing the CCP did in response was start an uprising in Nanchang against the nationalist government in Wuhan, leading to the creation of the Red Army. However, it was relatively unsuccessful. Later, they launched new communist uprisings in Changsha, Shangtou, and Guangzhou, all of which were unsuccessful. September also saw an armed rural insurrection led by Mao Zedong of the CCP, also known as the Autumn Harvest Uprising. Following this, the Kuomintang began a brutal campaign against communists and any communist sympathizers. Soon, China had 3 capitals: the internationally recognized capital in Beijing, the CCP capital in Wuhan, and the KMT capital in Nanchang, leading to a 10-year civil war over China. Then, in the late 1920s, the Kuomintang tried many encirclement campaigns against the communists, but none were successful until around the mid-1930s when they completely surrounded the communists. This forced Mao Zedong to lead a massive retreat back into mainland China. This was known as the Long March, and only 10% would make the journey. It's Japan, and they're coming to invade China with a massive army of 4 million men. Then, in a bit of a chaotic incident, the two political parties finally came together to fight the Japanese. However, as the Second World War came to an end, the Civil War started up again almost immediately. But not to worry, because Mao has a plan. Before Japan surrendered, their Soviet Union allies to the north invaded Manchuria, and with it, they left behind a lot of weapons. So all he needed to do was take control of Manchuria after they left, which was exactly what they did. The CCP had tons of new Soviet weapons. The Kuomintang stood absolutely no chance, and as the CCP continued pushing south and taking their capital, they all ran away to an island known as Taiwan, where the CCP couldn't hurt them. This later became an independent nation, which China still doesn't recognize to this day. Hey you! Yeah, you! Did you enjoy this video? Well, maybe you should consider subscribing, or even leaving a like. Thanks.